So the topic on my mind this moment is anxiety. Do you have anxiety? Or do you know someone with anxiety and they make you anxious? The first thing I see is, why do people with anxiety shake? Why do people with anxiety shake their leg? Okay, so the people with anxiety shake their leg due to the body's fight or flight response. This response is triggered by stress, which causes the release of hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. How does anxiety cause shaking? The body perceives a threat, even if it's not real. Okay. The body releases stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. The heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing increase. The muscles tense up, then release when the stressor ends. This can cause shaking, trembling, or twitching in the muscle. Did you guys ever have that twitch in your eyelid? And sometimes it's just there and you just, when I feel it, I try to go like this to make it stop. I'm going to try to remember the twitching of the eyelid. I think I looked it up before, but I can't remember what it means right now. Or if it means anything. I mean, it's something, but I'll check it if I can remember because I might forget. The flow will sway me sometimes to a different space. Okay, how can I stop anxiety shaking? Try cold water therapy, such as splashing cold water on your face and holding an ice cube. Use aromatherapy. I love aromatherapy. It does something to my mind. It's very calming. So like incense and the oil burners where you put a candle in it. I have that in my kitchen. And then the air purifiers, or is it the humidifiers? It's basically, I'm not sure if it's, no, I believe it's the air purifier. You can put the oil drops inside of it and you can smell the fragrance of the oil. I have one of those in my living room. Every room in my place has aromatherapy within it. And sometimes, the next one says listen to calming music and sounds. So not all the time, because sometimes I want complete silence, but many times I'll have like meditation music or a frequency playing in the background of my day when I'm home. Okay, listen to calming music or sounds. Try fidget tools. I think my fidget is my hair because I'm always touching my hair. I think that's I don't know. It's a fidget. I fidget with my hair a lot. Practice relaxation techniques such as meditation or deep breathing. Let's have a breathing session right now. Okay. You ready? 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 Get ready. Okay. So we're going to breathe in. Hold it. Breathe in again, just a little bit. And then release with a... Okay. Now let's go. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Okay. It was like little particles of endorphins. Okay. Okay, so seek medical advice if there's no clear cause. Self-care strategies don't help. The shaking worsens. Other symptoms are present, such as change in mood or memory. Okay. So the leg shaking is a fight or flight response to a perceived threat. But I think that it's not always, I mean, that could be one of the reasons why people have a tendency to shake or fidget. But I also think it's like I heard a memory from their nervous system. It's a comfort. It's almost like, I think some people use it to, it's just like a quick comfort. It's something like how some people rock and that makes them feel a sense of comfort. Like rocking a baby to sleep. I feel like sometimes there's little things that people do and it's just like it becomes habitual. I don't think it's always a fight or flight thing. I think, at least that's what Spirit is giving me right now. Because, you know how some people could be like, I don't know, watching a movie, sitting on the couch, and they'll like do something with their leg or just do a little something with their foot, and they just do that. Some people roll their toes around. They're on their own feet. Like, you know, roll their toes around on their own feet sounds so crazy, but you know what I mean. Like, I think it's just comfort. I feel like sometimes there's little things that we do that are comforting to us. Almost like in a unique way, a form of, it's like a meditative state. It's making me think about the monks that have the beads and they have them in their hand and they like move the beads, each bead in their hand, to stay in a meditative state on a regular basis. And they'll keep on, I don't even have a necklace to show you what I mean, but they'll keep on moving the necklace through their fingers so they can feel each bead. But it's just a way to keep their mind attached to the meditative state, in alignment with the meditative state. It's I feel like it's a technique to train your brain to focus while in that meditative state. Un momento. Okay. Monks use beads, often called mala beads, during meditation as a tactile tool to help focus their mind by providing a physical object to manipulate while reciting mantras and focusing on their breath. Yeah, it's like it's a practice to strengthen your focus, okay? And that's what I was saying, that's how I was feeling. But I wanted to see, you know, what it says here. Essentially acting as a counter to keep track of repetitions and maintain concentration during their practice. The repetitive movement of the fingers across the beads help ground them in the present moment. Key points about using beads in meditation. Symbolic meaning. The number of beads on a mala is often 108, which is considered a sacred number in Hinduism and Buddhism. I didn't know that, but now we know. Representing 108 human distractions, or representing 108 human distractions or defilements the one aims to overcome through meditation. What are the 108 human distractions or defilements? This is giving us something to look up. You should look it up and see what you find in there, okay? All right, tactile focus. The act of physically moving the beads between your fingers provides a sensory anchor. This is, the sensory is coming up again, just like it did yesterday. But it was, yeah, it was about muscle memory I was talking about. And I was also thinking about how your senses can take you, the power of your senses attach to your memory and take you back to remembering a moment. Okay, so tactile focus. The act of physically moving the beads between your fingers provides a sensory anchor, preventing the mind from wandering too far during meditation. Counting repetitions. By moving from one bead to the next, practitioners can easily count the repetitions of a mantra or breath cycle. Guru bead. A larger bead, often called the guru bead, is typically placed at the end of the mala, serving as a reminder to pause and reflect at the completion of a cycle. I think that's important for all of us to control and reflect at certain milestones when we complete something, because it helps you to recognize that you're actually moving. And it's a moment where you can give gratitude. It's a small space where you can like give gratitude, like, okay, thank you, I've done it. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the strength to move forward. Thank you for not allowing me to give up. Grateful. Mantras, affirmations of gratitude are very powerful because they show the divine that you are thankful for the lesson, regardless of how hard it is, because lessons are actually gifts. But when we're going through the lesson, it doesn't feel like a gift. It feels like a curse. But when you learn from it, you realize later on, oh, that was a gift. And because now I know how to protect myself from that thing, and I know what to do with that whole situation where it's not going to affect me like it did before. Because now I know. So what I know will give me the wisdom to keep myself away from said trouble. Okay? What else? 11:53 is what I saw on the clock. The video clock. Let's look up angel number 1153. Um, 1153 is a powerful message of spiritual awakening, positive change, and success. Your angels are guiding you towards your divine purpose. The divine purpose. Now, what else did I want to look up? Oh, I wanted to look up, why does, how do I say this? Why does the eyelid twitch? Let's see what it says. You ready? You ready? Ready? An eyelid twitch, most commonly called myokymia. This name is funny. Myokym. I don't know how to pronounce this. How do I enunciate? Myokymia? Myokymia. I guess it's myokymia. But it's MYOKYMIA. MYOKYMIA. Usually occurs due to factors like stress, fatigue, caffeine intake, eye strain, dry eyes, or irritation of the eye surface. So when that happens to me, it might be from not wearing the blue light glasses when I'm on a computer. Because that's like, when you look at the computer for extended periods of time, that happened a lot when I used to study, when I was in school. My eyelid would twitch, and I'd be like, stop. It was distracting me. But it can also be from caffeine and being tired. Lack of sleep, excessive caffeine, stress and anxiety, dry eyes, bright lights, alcohol consumption, eye strain from prolonged screen time. Yeah. And a lot of us are on the screens a lot. So, like these glasses, I just got these glasses. And I purchased the ones that have the blue light protector in them because I find that that could be helpful for someone like me, being that I am on the computer often because of what I do, which many of us are. But these little things that we can keep in our minds so that we can prevent ourselves from having some trouble. And we need to get enough sleep. I think that's also just a big one, to get enough sleep. Because without sleep, without sleep, you become sleep deprived, and it can cause a lot of issues within you. I watched something before, and someone didn't sleep for like days, and they started to hallucinate. They felt like they were intoxicated, like literally. And when you think about it, when you're that tired, you do feel like you've taken something, like you know, like you've taken some type of substance. But that's what happens to our body when we don't get enough sleep. So we must sleep. So for those who have sleeping issues, don't forget about meditative moments. Don't forget about self-reflection. Don't forget about sitting in silence. Don't forget about aromatherapy. Don't forget about calming sounds, relaxing, meditative sounds, frequencies of healing. 528, 432, I believe. 528. That one is the one I believe that's supposed to heal your DNA. It heals your DNA. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm remembering right. I remember one time Spirit showed me a pattern in my mind. And when they showed me the pattern, I was actually watching like a documentary about Buddhist monks. And it was in the moment where they were inside of a temple together, and it was all men. And they were like, they were doing their meditation, right? And then they started talking about the power of the Om, and I was like, whoa, never heard that before. I was intrigued. I might do a video on that. But anyway, because that's a whole nother other very fascinating topic, okay? That's what should be taught in schools. You know, they don't want us to know that because they don't really want the world to heal. Anyway. So, as I was listening to them, Spirit showed me the image of a frequency. Like, literally. They showed me a bunch of shapes. And I was about to just let the thought pass, but I was like, no. Spirit was like, get the pen and the paper. They got all aggressive. It was like, draw it. Draw it. Let me show you. Hold on. Oh, okay. So, this is the pattern that they showed me that day. I'm trying to put it so you can see it. But this is the pattern that they showed me. And I was like, what is that? And then I'm like, that looks like a frequency. It looked like a frequency to me. But the pattern of a frequency. And then I started thinking about cymatics. You know, have you ever seen it before where there is a metal plate and they put like grains on it, like salt or sand, and they'll just put some salt or sand on this plate that is level and attach the vibration, or how can I say this? Somehow they align the plate with the speaker, and as the speaker vibrates, it sends the same vibration, the same frequency to the surface of the plate, and it begins to change the patterns on the plate, so you can see the imagery of the frequency. So immediately as I am, well, even when I saw it in my head, when Spirit showed me this, I was like, That's a frequency, the image of a frequency. And escúchame. Escúchame, people. Okay, so 528 brings positive transformation. Okay, so what else? Miracle tone of the mind and the body. Reduce stress, repairs DNA, soothes emotions, improves relationships, and enhances awareness. All right. So, yeah, 528 hertz repairs your DNA. So if you're interested in repairing your DNA, like who wouldn't be? I mean, hey, that's wonderful. Turn on, I almost say energy frequency. Turn on frequency 528 on YouTube. Just look it up. And you can begin to repair your DNA while you sleep. All right. What does 528 hertz do to the human body? 528 hertz frequency is said to have a number of potential health benefits, including reducing stress, promoting relaxation, and increasing feelings of well-being. Listening to 528 music can significantly decrease cortisol levels, the primary stress hormone. It can also increase oxytocin, the hormone associated with positive feelings. It can reduce tension and anxiety. I use 528 a lot ever since Spirit showed me this imagery. And the reason why I didn't just automatically know that this was 528, I just drew the pattern that they showed me in my mind. And then I'm like, that looks like a frequency. Let me figure out which frequency it is that I just drew. So I went to a cymatic YouTube video where someone's actually utilizing the technique. And I waited for the frequency to switch to a frequency that looked closest to what I drew. And it was 528. So yes. Interesting, right? I know. I think it's interesting. And I encourage you guys to listen to Spirit when they tell you something so that you can have these interesting moments so you can tell me about it. Can you tell me about your moments? Because I want to know. That's cool. That gives us something to talk about, something of substance, something that connects us to the best in us, you know? The connection with God is the best in you. It's the best in you. Because it connects you to everything else that is very beneficial in your life. So yeah. There's ways to combat anxiety. To loop it back to where we came from. There's ways you just have to practice as many of them as you can on a regular basis. And train yourself to not start tweaking. Okay? Train yourself to choose to behave in a certain way. What is most comfortable to you? Choose to behave in such a way that gives you motivation to be relaxed and the ability to feel comfort, to feel good in that moment. And when you hold on to that moment throughout the day, you good. Like, somebody could try you, but it won't necessarily work because your energy is going to combat any aggressors. Like, many times when people try to be aggressive towards you, it's because they want you to respond. But when you're in a state of continuous meditation, you're in this continuous meditative state. What would bother you if you were anxious is not going to bother you when you're in that meditative state. It's just not. Because it has no place within your vessel. There's no place, there's no room for it because your vessel is filled with peace. So that's like a negative energy wanting to use your vessel, but they can't get in. No space for me over there. I can't fit in there. There's no space for me. That person is full of life, so I can't give them that. Because they're full of life. Where I can't fit, I can't fit. Make these low frequency, vampiric, energy sucking, I heard funk demons. Make them turn away because they're going to be like, I can't stay. There's no place for me. Don't give this low frequency energy any place in your vessel. Okay? All right. So that's it for this message. Everything you do, do it with love. Always remember the creator is in you and the magic is too, because you're magic. Much love to y'all. See you in the next video.